Hey you guys, this is Psychopoweranger, and like I said, I was going to be doing another Ranger build. Now, all my builds have been pretty offensive, and I decided to give a crack at a supportive type build. Now, I know a lot of you out there probably loved the Ritualist in Guild Wars 2. That was one of my favorite classes, and they kind of dropped it off. But there's been definitely a lot of supplements in the game. One of them that I just realized is the availability of being a Restoration Ritualist as the Ranger in Guild Wars 2. There's all sorts of things that you can do to give your allies bonus to damage and bonus to healing. So let's go take a look at it.
Alright, here we have it. I'm going to go through the weapon skills a little bit more quickly just because of the weapon skills. Got Ricochet, just hits multiple enemies. Split Blade, causes bleed. It's a little nice added addition. Winter's Bite is probably the real reason not to be using the axe, because it can afflict chill. Chill is really powerful because it slows your enemy by 66%, and not only does it slow them, it also slows down their skill recharge. I'm really happy with what they've done with this debuff. Hunter's Call, and then Call of the Wild just to boost your allies even further. We have Healing Spring, though there is a different heal style that I thought about. I will talk about that a little bit later in the video. Healing Spring is generally what you'll be carrying because it's an AoE heal and conditional removal. Now we're going to go over the spirits. Frost Spirit gives bonus damage to all your allies. If you blow it up, it will also cause chill to nearby foes. Chill does stack, so this works really well with your 3 skill. Stone Spirit gives your allies a chance to be protected. Protection reduces the damage to those who are affected by it by 33%. And its active is Quicksand. I only assume that's something like Muddy Terrain, where it'll slow down your enemies. And then we have Sun Spirit, which gives your allies a chance to inflict burning. This goes really well with the Frost Spirit because it increases DPS immensely, especially in a large group, like World v World for instance. And Solar Flare blinds nearby foes, and what blinding does is makes them miss their next attack. That's pretty cool. Finally, we have Nature Spirit, which heals allies around you. And then you can command it to revive or remove conditions from nearby allies. That means that you can instantly revive allies, and this can be really helpful. And then I decided to take the longbow because the axe is a short range weapon. The longbow will then supplement the long range. For the traits, it is very important to notice that I did not spec any damage. This class is all about just helping out your allies, though doing damage is always an important thing. Alright, we'll start out with Wilderness Survival. The 2 minors are Natural Vigor, which gives you 15% more endurance regen, and Companion's Defense, which is whenever you dodge roll, you and your pet will get a 2 seconds protection. We covered those before. Alright, then we have Healer's Clarity. Grant swiftness to you and your allies when you revive someone. Now keep in mind that your ultimate also revives, which means that you can have an instant swiftness to you and your allies if someone dies. And finally, gain vigor when using a heal skill. So every time that you use your number 6, you will gain vigor, and what vigor does is increases your endurance regen by 100%. What does this mean for you? You will constantly be able to go into protection for a long period of time. This can keep damage off of you very well, which will allow you to continue to buff your allies without having to worry about constant pressure to yourself. Sadly, nature magic minors don't really go well with this build. Most nature magic is meant for a Beastmaster, which is really random in my opinion, and I feel like they should have at least put one perk that would have really helped you out. To be fair, Rejuvenation can help you out, but Fortifying Bond, which shares boons with your pet, and Bountiful Hunter will not help you in your quest to keep your allies strong. Alright, the most important trait of this build is Spirit Unbound. Spirits will move and follow you. This will make it so that you can carry your minions with you, and everywhere you go, you will be buffing your allies. Spiritual Knowledge. Spirit buffs have a 15% better chance of providing their benefits. And finally, spirits have twice as much health. The fact that spirits do have a very long cooldown means that you want to keep them alive. I feel like Vigorous Spirit is very important. Now there's some other traits that are awesomely mentioned and worth switching out. If I were to switch out one, it would be Spiritual Knowledge. Spirits activate their toggle skill on death, which means you'll never miss their toggle skill if you need to use it. If your enemy starts focusing your spirits, they're going to pay for it. They're going to take all sorts of different debuffs, and it is very nice to have. Though, if you are a skilled player, you'll realize when your pets are about to go down and you'll blow it up yourselves, so this is more for somebody just learning the build. And Shared Restoration. Heals nearby allies on revive. The reason this is really good is if you combine it with your elite skill, this will allow you to be able to then heal your allies on top of just reviving them, putting them at a better position than if you were just to revive them regularly. Some of the biggest reasons I put into Beast Mastery is the fact that it increases your healing by 200. Pets are one of the best ways to buff your allies, so the mages are actually very important in this case. We got Canine Training. Dogs apply stability to nearby allies when they howl. Howl gives regeneration in nearby allies. But not only that then, you will also be then stable, meaning you cannot be knocked down or stopped. It's a good initiator and it will keep your allies alive. Bird screeches cause fear. Screech grants protection to nearby allies, and like we all know, that is a 33% reduction in damage. And on the fact that then your enemies will be off guard and in different positions that they shouldn't be, this will really help out. So namely, the Beast Mastery tree for this build is used for your initiator tactics. You will use your pets to start your initiations, to keep your allies strong early, and then you'll be able to mitigate that into the mid game of the fight, where you will use your spirits to then own the fight. Now I want to talk about one more build that is like a sub build for this class. If you switch your second major trait in nature magic, you will then have evasive purity. Remove a condition from you and nearby allies on dodge. This comes really well with the fact that you gain vigor when you use a heal skill, and the fact that you also have a base 50% endurance regeneration. Now switch your heal to heal as 1, which will keep your pet more healthy, and you'll be able to use it more often. Now what do? You'll be more of a condition removal character. Because you'll be dodge rolling constantly, you'll use that to remove conditions off of all your allies. Though I personally think the first build I gave you is slightly better. All in all, I do think that this build will be a lot of fun. Being able to give your allies huge buffs and making yourself a priority target will definitely be great. You essentially just played 2 roles in 1 with this build, because you're a very important target, meaning people will want to attack you. Secondly, if they don't attack you, then you will constantly be putting on buffs to all your allies, making them do much larger amounts of damage.
Alright, as with all my existing builds, they are in beta, so that means that there's plenty of things I can change, which means that a lot of these things could be obsolete later on. I also have never played the game, so these are just all theoretical builds. But they seem to have merit and will probably be useful in the game. I'll be doing videos when the beta weekends come out to do a sum up of builds that I've done, and I'll showcase them, and it'll be a sweet time. But anyways, you guys, if you did like this video, go ahead and give it that thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe if you do like my content. That's way sweet. It was cool for you to join me. Thanks a lot.